Hi guys, welcome to our first session of therapy. My name's Rachel. Thank you so much, Linda, for reaching out to me. I understand this family situation has been stressful recently, so I'm glad to be of service if possible. I just want to tell you a little bit about me. I operate from a functional family therapy standpoint, where we go through a couple series of phases where I get to know you, and then we talk about the behaviors that are going on, see what changes we can make, and see how we can put those into practice. So I want to learn a little bit about everyone here. To start off, your relationship to family, your name, and everything like that, and then we'll get into the reason we're here. So we'll start with you, Linda.
Hi, I'm Linda. I'm Dorian's mom. I'm 34. I work at a furniture store, long hours, providing for these two, and I'm at the end of my rope, really. I can't believe I had to take off work to be here today. We're been mandated to come by the school.
Okay.
And look, there's something you can do, because nothing I've tried has been able to get him to do what he's supposed to do.
So is this the first time you guys have been in therapy together?
Yeah, we've never done anything like this.
Okay. It's always worth a try. Thank you all for being here.
I guess.
And I'm Eddie. I'm 36, and I'm his stepdad. And right now I'm in between jobs.
Okay. I'm assuming you're Dorian?
Yeah, I'm 14, freshman in high school. Yeah, that's about it.
And who are you?
I'm Amber, Dorian's older sister. I'm 18. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I heard a little bit about what happened, the incident that happened in the email. And Dorian, I'm curious about hearing the incident that happened at school, as well as the shoplifting incident, and how that all happened for you.
Well, at school, this kid called me a dickhead, so I just felt like I had to hit him. It was just, yeah.
He beat the kid up so bad that the kid had to go to the hospital. Like, this is what he does.
But he's the one who called me a dickhead, though. So
yeah, but you are a dickhead.
And boys get into fights in high school. It happens.
Okay. So that seems really stressful for the whole family, as well as, I can't even imagine the consequences that you had to suffer from that. What about the shoplifting?
Yeah, well, my friends and I were in 7-Eleven, and I just took a few things. I didn't really feel like paying, so I just kind of, left, and that's when the cops were called.
Okay. You look like you want to say something.
I just really try to get through to him that he needs to shape up. He needs to not go down a bad path. He's got plenty of other people in the neighborhood. He knows what he should be doing, what he shouldn't be doing, and it's really just so disrespectful. Like, I can't.
I mean, I didn't turn out like that.
She's totally fine. She's ready to go get her own place.
Wow, isn't she just Miss Perfect over here?
And it's just like, what did I do wrong? Put a nice roof over their heads, give them everything they need. He used to be fine. Used to take me to soccer, did pretty good in school. Past couple of years, just down the toilet. So frustrating.
Well, we barely talk anymore, and when we do, you just yell at me, so I don't get
Because
it.
you're messing up.
So I'm hearing that you want a different relationship from your mom. The relationship that you have now it doesn't seem like a very understanding one to me. Is that right?
Yeah, she just yells at me the whole time.
Are you understanding of this behavior?
Well, I'm starting to understand what's going on here in general. I'm not really understanding where the behavior is coming from yet, but just kind of, what's caused in the family and the kind of stress that, you're all under right now. So how is this affecting you in the home?
I'm really not too worried about it, although I do think therapy is going to be a good thing for him. It's one of those things 14-year-olds often act up. I think he's a good kid, and I think he'll turn out okay eventually. We don't necessarily...
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he's not your son.
You're right. Although, I have looked out for him over the past years, and I think he's a good kid, and I think he'll be all right.
Have you felt like a father to him?
I'd say so. Sometimes, maybe, yeah.
Well, I'm hearing Eddie really does care a lot about Dorian, and having that support and understanding is really important to get Dorian to where you would like him to be too. So having as many people on your team as possible really can't hurt. That's what I'm.
No, I couldn't have done this without him. I mean, he always sees the bright side of things, and God knows where we'd be if we didn't have him. But I feel like I'm a realist, and I'm just tired.
It's hard for you to see this going and ending in a good way. The way it's
Well, I mean,
going
I've
now.
never gone to counseling. I don't know if he's gonna shape up or not, or it's just gonna make it worse.
She's just worried about him, and he just puffs and puffs. And you don't get it. She's just trying to take care of you. What is their
Somebody
problem?
understands.
I do. Oh my god.
Has this
Let's have
affected
one
you
good
in
kid.
any way, Amber?
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm about to graduate high school, and it's just embarrassing because all my friends, everyone in the high school knows who he is. They see the way that he acts, and I don't want to be associated with that. I don't want to lose my friends because my brother's an asshole. and
It's
doesn't know
nice
how
to have a
act.
supportive older sister. It really helps. Yeah.
Is there a
I'm just
different?
being honest.
Have you and Amber had a good relationship in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I think when we were younger, we were okay. I think that was, there were better times, I guess. But I don't like hanging out with her or her friends, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't like the type of people she hangs with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we can chalk that up to a lot of different things: gender differences, age differences. Something as simple as sibling rivalry. These all seem like normal life circumstances that are happening that are just really hard to deal with right now, especially because Amber was such a good child growing up. It was probably easy for you both to, have her in adolescence if she's not causing major problems, to where when Dorian, enters this kind of, high school years and it's going pretty badly, I can understand how this would be really hard to deal with. But an observation that I've had is that you all really do truly care about each other and want the relationships to get better. So I have nothing but hope for you guys that if we work together, we can get back to a place of understanding each other. I'll do all that I can to help you get there. Is that something that you guys are on board with at this time?
Well, we don't really have a choice, but I mean, I'm willing to be here. He's willing to put in the work.
I guess.
And remind me what the alternative is if you don't come.
We have to go to court, and they might press charges.
Okay.
And I thought that was a terrible option because I recently had to go to therapy, and I saw the benefits of it, and I think it's a good thing. And like I keep saying, I think he's a good kid, so I think it could really help him.
Okay. And what did you go to therapy for?
It was anger management. But
Okay.
I had a great experience, and learned a lot about myself and how to deal with things. So it's good.
Yeah. Maybe working on both of your relationships can kind of, guide him in the right path.
I think so, yeah.
Especially with the anger problems. Yeah. I just want to let you guys know that I really see a positive outcome, and we can talk about different ways to go and try them out throughout the next couple weeks. I'm thinking about doing between 8 to 12 weeks of sessions. I think that will be good enough in the court's eyes if everyone's on board with that. Okay. Well, I will see you all next week, same time. Okay.
We'll be here.
Cool.
Same time, same clothes.
So how has everyone's week been?
I guess I'll start. My week was fine. Long hours. My only day off is Wednesday. Pretty typical week, Come home. She made me dinner one night. That was good, but barely seen him. He's never at home. Don't know when he comes in.
Well, since you haven't heard much from him this week, how have things been going for you?
It's been okay. I guess, laying low a little bit since that whole court thing. But, just doing my thing, really.
Okay.
Yeah, see, like, the threat of, like, court involvement is, like, what's going to make him change. Like, in a way, I was thinking maybe this could even be good because he's beginning to realize that his actions have consequences.
Would you agree?
I mean, I don't want to go to juvie or anything, so,
Is there anything else that you are planning or hoping to get out of therapy? It's okay if you don't know yet, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I'm just here because I need to be here right now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the incident, the shoplifting incident, since we really didn't get to dive into that last time. So one thought I had was when I was doing a little bit of research on juveniles and shoplifting back in the day, that there was a couple of themes that came up pretty frequently. One is a sense of like a group think. So if your friends are doing it, you wouldn't want to be the odd man out to not do it.
Well, I mean, my friends shoplift too sometimes, so I guess maybe they were egging me on to do it.
Oh. Well, we wouldn't want to shift the blame completely to your friends, Part of this is also taking some kind of responsibility for that, but I understand that that's hard to do. So the second thing that I had a thought about was sometimes acting out might be sort of a call for attention or a call for help, within your own family. And I hear that you and your mom, the interactions that you have seem pretty negative for the most part. What do you think about that?
Yeah, she just yells at me the whole time.
Are you around when, the yelling matches happen?
Yeah, most of the time. I try to kind of stay out of it, though. It's between those two, I would say. I don't want to make things worse.
Oh, okay. Are you ever around, Amber?
Yeah, but I pretty much just defend my mom. Like, I don't know. I don't really see it from any other point of view. I know how hard she works and what she's done to try to take care of us, and like you can just see how upset she is. Like it's hard to see it any other way than him acting out or like just trying to be cool for his friends.
Is it hard to hear that you don't have anyone on your side in the house?
Well, I think he's a good kid. I just try to stay out of things.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously I don't get along with her either, and then she's just nagging me about everything. So, yeah, it would be nice to have someone on my side.
When's the last time that you and your mom spent some time together?
I can't even remember off the top of my head.
Can you remember a time?
I just can't believe that you're putting this on me. Like, I feel like he should know that he shouldn't be following whatever his friends are doing, and I'm just trying to hold in my anger right now because I don't know.
Well, I really think we just need to all stay positive.
I mean, I used to love going to soccer games. I really did. It was some of the happiest years of our life together. It was great. And
it sounds like that's maybe the last time you remember having positive interactions, like on a regular basis with your son.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad to say, but it's true. I just can't relate to him anymore.
And I appreciate you telling me that you feel kind of like attacked and like being blamed for this right now. But part of my job as a family therapist is not to direct blame to one person, but kind of share the consequence, for what's been going on, Of course that we're here right now because of Dorian's actions, but you know, it's not saying that you guys have been terrible parents. It's not saying that you were born a terrible kid, and you know, it's not saying that everything you've done is, you know, looked down upon from him, or, you know. So I just wanted to make that clear, that I would never try to direct blame to anyone, and that if you feel, you know, like you're being blamed at any point, that you guys should really feel comfortable to express that in the room, and I really encourage that. So, something that I hear that seemed like you really enjoyed was when you were spending time with Dorian, going to his games and everything. And I feel like increasing those kind of positive interactions will, you know, lower the negative, screaming, argumentative matches that seems to fill most of the time that you guys are together, you know, as of now.
I mean, is he even willing to do that?
Yeah, like I don't even know if he's gonna want her to be there.
Well, it sounds good to us. What do you think? Do you think that you would like to spend more time with your mom?
I mean, it would be nice if you wasn't yelling at me during it. You know,
Yeah.
I'd rather just be hanging out with my friends. But you know, if she's willing to not scream at me, maybe.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna try to work towards.
Like, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like, I didn't always do the perfect thing when I was in high school either, but it's just not at this level, and it's just, I'm just really upset.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I don't want to scream at you, but, you know, you just really make my blood boil sometimes.
He keeps giving you reasons to.
Yeah. I understand that this is not the.
Like, I when I come home, I just hear everything that went wrong that day, or he's just not listening to what we're telling him to do, and it's just.
I just don't even want to be at home most of the time, though.
Because it's mostly negative for you.
Yeah, that's why I'm spending a lot of time with my friends.
How do you feel about his friends?
I don't know. I don't know if they're. He never brings them over our place. I don't even know what they're like. Probably not good, since, you know, their hobby is shoplifting together.
Well, I assume that that's not all you guys do.
No.
It feels to me like you don't really have much to fill up your time, rather than, you know, get into fights at school and maybe, you know, go around town and try to see like what you guys can do for fun, which might result in, you know, getting arrested or negative consequences. But are there things that you would like to do and fill that time with your friends? Do you think that if we brainstormed a little bit together, then you can maybe suggest things to your friends?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you were around that age, Eddie, were there things that you did with your friends that kind of kept you occupied and had fun?
When I was 14, I mostly just played sports and, you know, typical high school stuff. But something I really enjoyed was playing pool down at the bar around the corner at college. That was a good time.
Okay.
So that's something my friends and I did, you know, every night after class, every weekend. So.
I've played pool a few times.
Oh, you've played pool?
A few times, yeah. My friends. Yeah.
Are you
I
good?
didn't even know that he ever.
Getting there.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know.
This is really important. Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to play sometime.
Okay.
All right. We could do that. Okay.
Are there times that you guys spend together, like as of now?
Maybe not so much, huh?
Not too much, no.
Well, it seems like something to, you know, fill in the gaps and spend a little bit of time doing. It's definitely worth a try to see that you both got a little excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially to hear that Amber and Linda kind of have a good relationship and kind of a partnership going on. I would really like to see someone in the family be able to be your support system and, you know, be rooting for you in that kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that eventually we will get there, Linda, with you. But right now I can see that it's going to be really hard to break through that kind of disappointment and hurt that you felt through all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if he can, you know, keep him out of trouble a couple hours a week, that would be great. Then I wouldn't be sitting at work wondering what he's up to.
Mm-hmm. The fact that people think of you as kind of like a delinquent child or kind of like a misguided youth, how does that resonate with you? How does that make you feel?
Well, makes me feel like I'm the odd man out. You know, like I'm just being. They're just, you know, ganging up on me. Basically, that's how it feels.
Well, yeah, it must be really hard to have heard that, getting these messages and everything. Um, are there any messages that you've gotten that are positive with the people in your life?
My family.
Well, I mean, family, teachers. Has anyone really told you that you're really good at anything ever?
Well, I mean, I've been taking like an art class in school, and you know, I've been liking that a lot, and people have been saying that they like the stuff I make. So
Oh, great. Is that something you really enjoy doing?
yeah.
Okay.
It's the first time I'm hearing this.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't even know he was in an art class.
Oh,
Yeah,
All
I
I
didn't
did is
know
see
either.
their report card.
oh wow. Kind of keep that to yourself, huh?
Yeah, well, she doesn't seem to ask about like, you know, stuff I like. You know, she's not really interested in, you know,
Mm-hmm.
my hobbies and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean-
Would you agree with that you're not interested?
Look, it's not that I'm not interested or that I don't want to be interested, but I work like up to 12 hours a day, sometimes more. And when I get home, I need to make sure the house is in order, make sure there's food in the fridge. That's my main priority. And him talking back, not letting me know what's going on, it's just doesn't make me want to engage him in a conversation about anything else.
Well, I hear you're a really, really hardworking mother, and that's like something that's really important for you is providing for the family right now.
It's everything to me. I mean, you should have seen how I was raised. My parents smacked me around all the time. We really had nothing. Everything was, secondhand. I take them shopping and, get them new stuff, and they each have a laptop, and, it's not like I'm making a lot of money here, and it's just,
What would you need to be respected from your children?
I mean, she lets me know when she's coming home. She tells me what she's doing. What she's doing is fine by me. She's, exploring. She's meeting new friends. She's having fun. This is what you're supposed to be doing at this time. Not shoplifting, not getting into fights with the police getting called. So, I mean, I don't see it happening, but I wish he would just tell me what he's doing and get home at a reasonable hour.
Okay. Is there anything else that you need from him?
I mean, it's not like he says anything nice to me either, or hey, thanks, Mom. Thanks for getting my favorite, pizza, whatever. None of that.
How is hearing that your mom has been working so hard and, the things that she wants from you, does that sound, reasonable or?
Yeah, I mean, she does. I know she does, work long hours for me. I get that, I should be a little more appreciative of that.
And what are the things that you want from your mom?
It would be nice if she showed some interest in things I like, showed that she cared a little bit,
What I'm hearing is her version of caring, or how she presents that, is making sure that there's food on the table and clothes on your back and everything, because that's something that she didn't have. So to, provide you that is providing you the care and love that she didn't have. So
Yeah, I kind of feel like, I set you guys up. I did my part. Now, getting to the point where, you need to have your own responsibility. You want to be independent, you gotta prove it to me. You gotta show me that you are mature enough.
And I feel like we're having a couple different breakthroughs here, because you didn't even know that he liked art and, wanted that kind of
Yeah,
time
I
with
encourage
you.
that. That's good for you.
So this is us digging a little bit deeper rather than just meeting the basic needs. It's kind of, you're realizing that your son really does have needs other than just having clothes on his back and food on the table. He really, longs for a mother who is interested in his life. And that's something that you might not have realized.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a foreign concept to me. That's not really how I think about parenting, you know.
Eddie, how were your parents with you?
I grew up in a really big family, so I had 9 brothers and sisters. So, we didn't get much attention. It was a similar thing. We didn't really get any stuff like these two get. But I kind of hear where he's coming from. Just because I grew up in a big family. I think individual attention is important.
Yeah, especially because there's only 2 children in this family, so there's only kind of room for like a good one and a bad one. I guess someone's gonna be the problem in the family, but if we can kind of lessen that, then maybe share some of the blame and share some of the responsibility for how everything's been going, then I feel like that's really important.
Well, I'll ask you how art's going. I can do that.
Do you think that there's some time in the next week before we meet to carve out some time and have some, make some room for those positive interactions?
Schedule's tight, but
Schedule's tight. But you said dinner at night, right?
yeah. Yeah, she's a great cook. She can make me my favorite meal. Come have family dinner and never do that.
Okay.
I can do that.
Are you gonna come?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we can try that.
Why don't you pick a night to play pool too? We'll go play pool.
Okay.
Good deal.
All right, sounds good. So we will rejoin next week and see how that went for you guys.
Okay.
Okay, guys, welcome back. Glad to have you back. Just want to hear a little bit about how those homework assignments went. If we got a chance to go out and do some pool playing, and if you got to spend some time with Dorian.
Yeah, well, we had the nice dinner.
Okay.
That was pretty good. Nobody walked out, so that was positive.
That's great.
Yeah, and we played pool. Went well. He's not too bad, so
Oh,
I think
nice.
we'll maybe try to keep doing that now and then.
Yeah, it was fun.
How was it for you?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's helping me, learn the ropes a little bit.
It was nice for me to see them go out and do something together.
Okay, that's great. How about you? How was this week for you?
It was good. I made dinner with fam. We all got along. No one killed anyone, so that was a good thing.
We're all surviving and thriving so far. It sounds good to me.
Yeah, and I went down to the school to talk to the counselor to see what we can do, because I'm not sure he's on track to graduate at this point. But that was pretty good. I thought that the counselor was willing to make sure that he had some guidance, someone kind of watching him a little bit. So that was good, because sometimes I think that school just doesn't do anything for those kids. But
Oh, well, I'm really glad to hear that. I feel like you guys have all put forth a good amount of effort this past week, and I really want to encourage you to keep moving in that way to, keep this going and keep the ball rolling on this.
yeah,
Yeah.
he did let me know what time he was coming home. It was late, but at least I got the message and I knew where he was. So I don't think I said anything because you came back after I went to bed, but
It is a start.
thank
Yeah.
you for doing that.
So it seems like your life has been easier the past week.
Yeah, it's been a little less tense, which is good. I don't like coming home and immediately being angry.
Yeah.
So I do want to change.
Yeah.
It's just, he still needs to show us that he is going to turn things around.
Okay.
See little signs of it, but it's only been 5 weeks.
Right. Has your life been a little easier this past week when putting these things into practice?
Yeah. Well, she hasn't been yelling at me as much, so that's been good. And it was good spending a little time playing pool. It's been decent. Yeah.
Yeah. Something I just thought about, if your mom has a problem with something that you're doing, do you think that you moving into the future would be receptive of her talking to you in a different way rather than yelling?
Yeah.
Okay, because that seems like a lot of parents kind of try that kind of soft talk, and then that's not working. So then the new thing that they do all the time right off the bat is start yelling. Go from 0 to 100. So is that does that
Yeah, I
sound?
mean, I'm not perfect. It gets under my skin, and I don't know. It's hard for me sometimes. I'm not a saint, and I get mad, but I definitely think I could. We could both work on our frustration and try and sometimes I know I jump to the worst thing in my mind, and it's I should hear what he has to say before thinking that it's the police again or whatever it is.
I appreciate that. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
So, has there been another kind of instance where your friends are getting into trouble and you're around?
No.
No. Okay. Well, in the future, what I'm thinking is that there might be different ways to handle that situation that will result in a better outcome than having the police called or having your mom be mad at you and everything like that. It's my impression that a lot of minority youth don't feel as safe around the police as the police would like them to feel, and I completely understand that. Not from a personal standpoint, but from a social standpoint as a therapist. It's something that I really do understand. I'm wondering how that resonates with you.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the police. Me and my friend, we don't like the cops.
Yeah, I definitely don't want the cops getting around. I don't know. They're just killing kids in the street. It's really messed up. So really try and tell both of them to see cops, go somewhere else.
Yeah. Seems terrifying. That's the reality that you live. Yeah. And I'm wondering if there's anyone that you could call that to get you out of a bad situation if you were in one.
I guess I could call my mom.
Okay. Do your friends have good relationships with their parents?
Some do, a lot don't.
Yeah. And what we call that in therapy terms is protective factors. So if there's something in place that kind of, and using the same terminology, protect you from the bad things that are happening, it naturally results in a better outcome. So having that person to call seems like it would be a good way to go with that. So I guess I'm just trying to help you brainstorm, if you were in a bad situation again, to kind of make the whole thing go different.
And he could call me. I don't want to see you get hurt. So
Yeah, I'd rather you call me and not let things get to a point where we're getting into a bad situation with the
Me too.
courts and stuff. So please, if it's a real bad emergency, I'll leave work. I'll come get you.
Do you see that being an option for you, calling your stepfather and sister?
That'll be good. Yeah.
Because it really seems that they really just are out for your safety and your best interest, and in the world that we live in today, those things we can't take for granted. Yeah. Okay. So, how else do you think that we could kind of take these small victories that we've had this last week and kind of expand that and make that sort of more of a normal thing that happens now?
Well, I'm really pleased about the telling me where he is. That's huge to me. Just getting to school on time. Just try and be a little more responsible. I leave before they go to school, so they have to. Unfortunately, I can't be there to kick him out of bed. But
Okay. Is this thing possible to keep that going?
I could.
Okay. Is there anything that you feel like would be stopping you from achieving everything we've talked about?
I mean, it's all kind of new to me, you know. But I don't know. I think my friends might, might make fun of me, or just I don't know. My friends might not be down for this.
Yeah. And I'm not telling you to, get rid of your friends or get a whole new set of friends, because that would be a whole new mountain to climb, honestly, and really not what we're suggesting at all. Do you think your friends have your best interest in mind in general?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Is that hard to hear for you guys?
he can keep his friends. I just think that he needs to know that when they're doing something stupid, that you need to think and get yourself out of that situation. I know all these kids are going around, that's just like the reality, and I don't want him to not have fun. And, I know that's a big part of being in high school, but just got to have that responsibility that, you're not just going to follow what they're doing to be cool.
Yeah. And in addition to that, do you think that your friends have any interest in the things that you're interested in, like pool and art?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay. Those seem like, the friends that are going to support you in this, and the friends that blatantly don't want to see you get to a good place with your family. Might have to have a talk with them about, why they feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know I might not be the coolest guy compared to some of your friends, but if you want to bring some of them to play pool, you could.
Okay.
Well, I look forward to seeing you guys next week and hear how all of this is going. It seems like we're headed in the right path. And I just want to tell you that I think that you're all doing really great so far. I know therapy's new to you, and also with seeing that it was so easy for you to grow up, then and how it's difficult for you. It's like approaching new battles and, uncharted territory that we haven't had to do yet. So I think that you guys are taking this, really well, and, happy to help where I can. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.